Okay, let's see if we are live. And yes, we are. Okay, so today we are going to talk about SwiftUI Combine and a practical introduction. And we are going to take the basics of Combine through the next 30 minutes, 1 hour or so. So yes, stay tuned for Combine magic. And while we wait for everybody to kind of join this live stream, and do let me know if you do have any questions in the chat. And I'm also curious, where are you from? So go ahead and type in the chat, where are you from? And if you do like my teaching style and you do like these live streams, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. It helps with the YouTube algorithm. Yesterday we broke our record again, so it would be really, really great that we did it today. So I think it was about 21 likes, so or 20, 21, something around that. Let's just go for 21, and if we could just break 21 today, it would be great. Hello Kadir from Turkey, welcome. Today we are going to talk about all of that Combine goodness. So yesterday I was talking about SwiftUI data flow. We were talking about a lot of property wrappers that SwiftUI uses, and under the hood basically it's Combine. So today we are going to do a practical introduction to Combine. But before we do that, let me just remind you again about rebeloper.com/mentoring dev factory, 60 minutes one-on-one Zoom call with me. Basically what you will learn, you could just go ahead and ask me to teach you SwiftUI or fix a bug in your code, or if you do have any questions about app architecture or maybe SwiftUI or Combine, go ahead and apply now. Just book a 1-hour call on Zoom at rebeloper.com/mentoring. Hello, Alejo Castaño from Barcelona, Spain. I was in Barcelona a few years ago. Jim, hello from Qatar. Maharbal, hello, you're from Ukraine. Hello from Ukraine. And Agade is from Hungary. Okay, so let's just jump right into it. And let me just show you what basically we are going to build out. Jean, hello for Jean from Brazil. Go ahead and type in your questions if you do have. And those that are coming to the live stream, go ahead and leave where are you from in the chat. And of course, leave a like if you do like this teaching style. So what we are going to build out is not that fantastic in terms of UI, but it's basically this demo project, and I'm just going to tap on the start button and it will just start counting up. And as you can see, there are quite a little bit of tweaks here, so not all the time the first counter is updating and it says it's finished, the other ones aren't. So yeah, basically this is what we are going to use to learn the basics of Combine. And we are going to start off from scratch, so let's start off with a brand new Xcode project. So yeah, let's create a brand new Xcode project. Let me just remove this so we can see better, and let's name this SwiftUI Combine, because we are going to take a practical approach. Okay, let's click on next here and let's add it onto the code, create Git repository on my Mac. Yeah, you will see the link for the resources down in the description, and it will just take you to my site where you will be able to join all of my resources for the YouTube channel. Okay, hi Garlic Ang. Yeah, so you have quite a long name there. I'm from the Philippines. Okay, welcome from the Philippines. Really, really nice. Okay, so let's jump into it. And yesterday I was talking about MVVM, and we are going to use definitely here MVVM. So let's just jump right into it and create some groups. And Peter says, hi again from Germany. Hello there. Okay, so first thing, I want to go and create a new group and create a main one. So that will, in that I will just drag in the main one, the main app, you know, the app file. And let's just create a new group, and I will just go from bottom to top, and that is view models. and then views, new group, views, and then models. And in this tutorial, we will also have something called a service. Now, a service could be services, sorry, because a service could be something that you kind of create a struct, maybe that kind of handles the data, fetching the data from a web server or something like that. Okay, so here we have our views, and we can just drag our content view right over here. Now, I have already told you this yesterday. When I kind of drag and drop my files, I get kind of Xcode behave not nicely, so I just close that and open it up again, and now we can just move forward. Okay, so what do we actually want to do? Well, first of all, I want to talk about what Combine actually is, and in order to do that, I will add in these 3 nice images, and yeah, let's just create our content view. Let's just add in here some stuff, and yeah, let's just create a scroll view first. Scroll view, and I will just remove the text, and let's leave the padding on. That's okay. And I also want to add an image right over here. So image, so those 3 images, and I will let you know the names in just a second. Those will be resizable, and it's scaled to fill, so scaled to fit, and its frame height will be 70. Okay, so let's just create 3 of these, and yeah, let's just add in our images. Now you can take a look at the link in the resources, so in the description for the resources. Now what I will do is just go ahead and copy out these 3 files into the assets folder. So let's select all of them, and let's drag and drop right over there. And the first one is the receive value. Second one is the finished completion. And the third one is the error completion. And we are ready to talk about what Combine actually is. So let me just move this out of the way so you can see the whole code really nicely. And let's just select the iOS target and iPhone 12. Okay, let's build and run, and let's see how this looks like. Basically, we will have these 3 images right over there. Yes. So yeah, what is Combine? Well, Combine is helping us to work in an asynchronous way with our data. And if you recall, last time I was talking about SwiftUI and data flow. Data comes in a matter of time. So we have a time value right over here. That's our line, and something happens, 1, and then some time passes, and there we have 2. Another thing happened. Maybe we get a value, or we did get a tab. 3 happens, and that's how we are handling the data over time. That is why Combine is so awesome. It helps us with handling events over time. Okay, now this could be just 1, 2, 3, like integers. It could be booleans, it could be models, or it could be tabs. Now this could be like a never finishing timeline, you know, we are never finishing, or we could just finish with a completion. Okay, or finally we could just fail with an error. And these marble diagrams really are really nice. We can just visualize what is happening. So here we just had 1, 2, 3, and we might have some more. Here we have 3 tabs, and we finished. of course successfully, sort of, and we have 1, 2, and we had an error right over here. So this is how we would just play this out in a marble diagram. So keep in mind that all of these events will come asynchronously, so over time, and yeah, they might throw an error, they might complete, or we just might we are just using our received values. So yeah, I will leave these images right over there, and yeah, let's just start building this out. Now using Combine, you want to create a view model. So creating these publishers. So yeah, let's just talk about publishers. So whenever you are trying to listen in to these data streams, you have to create a publisher for these data streams, and then you want to subscribe to them with a sync, but you will see in just a second how the code looks like. And yeah, after you subscribe, you are receiving these values, or you are receiving the 2 completions, either finished or either the error with a failure. And once you do, you don't want to have this subscription anymore, you want to cancel that subscription. So basically that is what we are going to build out. Those are the foundations of Combine, and we are going to do that in a view model. So let's just create one like we did yesterday. We are going to create an observable object as this content views view model. So let's just go ahead and inside our view models group, let's create a new file, and let's just name this content view model. Okay, let's create it. And right over here, we are going to first of all import SwiftUI, but we are also going to import Combine. Okay, so here we are going to create a class. It will be named content view model. It will be an observable object. There we go. And basically that's it. We want to create an initializer for this. And yeah, we are kind of done. Let's hit Command B, and I already can see that we have 13 likes. Well, that's awesome. Thank you very much. 13 likes in just about under 10 minutes. Well, this is great. Thank you very much. So let's hit that 21. So if you are new, go ahead and you haven't already liked this video, go ahead and smash that like button. Okay, so now that we got our content view created, let's go back to the content view, and let's create a state object at state object. And if you don't know what I'm talking about here, go ahead and check out yesterday's video. We talked all about these property wrappers. Var, private var, view model, and that will be our content view model. Okay, so now we got our content view model. We will be able to use it in just a second. So what do we actually want to add in here? Well, first of all, I want to create, well, you already saw yesterday that we can create published values, but today we are going to dip a little bit deeper, and we are going to create these publishers. Now, a common publisher is a subject, and there are kind of 2 subjects, but the most commonly used subject is the pass-through subject. So let me just start typing out some stuff, and then you will better understand all of this. So let's create a pass-through subject. So let pass-through subject, and that will be a pass-through subject. And this pass-through subject, let's say the values, we are going to add in here the values, so the value types. So let's say for strings, and it might have an error, and let's initialize it. Now, if we are not going to throw an error at all, and we do know that, we can add in here never instead of error, just so you know, and that's also available. Okay, so we got our pass-through subject. Now what we want to do is actually just go ahead and listen to it. So not double A, but double S. So let's just copy this out, and I'm going to create the subscription for this subject on the initializer. So when it's initialized on the content view, this subscription will be created. Hello, Ron from Israel. Welcome, welcome. Really interesting and exciting stuff about Combine today. We are currently going to create a pass-through subject subscription, and how that is done, we just go dot and sync. So yeah, let's just type this out and let's see. First of all, we have our receive completion, and then we have our receive value. So let's just hit return there again, and for the subscribers.completion error, we are going to just type in their completion. Okay, that's that. And here under receive value, as you can see, now we can have a string, and it automatically infers that, okay, this is a string. Really, really nice. So let's just go with value right over here. Let's just print out our completion for now and print out our value. Okay, value. Okay, that's great. So if you just hit Command B, everything builds as expected, but we still have something here. There's an error, a warning here. Result of call sync is unused. Well, basically what we have here is a cancelable. So let cancelable. Okay, and now this is used. And whenever, okay, let's just see what's going on. Yeah, because we are not using it, it's suggesting us to replace it with an underscore. But at some point in our view life cycle, our view model life cycle, we want to cancel this. Otherwise, it will stay in memory. So we would just go cancelable.cancel. But this is not okay, because as soon as we are subscribing with the sync, after that we are canceling that. So we want to do something else. Canceling means that we are no longer subscribed to this publisher. Okay, so there's another way and a better way to do this. Of course, you can do this if that is your use case. So what I'm going to do is just to remove all of this stuff. So let's just convert this back, and let's create a set of all our subscriptions, and this will be a variable. So whenever this content view model deallocates, that property will be also deallocated, so all of the cancellables will be cancelled. So let's just start typing this out. So private var cancellables. Okay, and this will be a set of any cancelable, and this will be for now a set of empty. So that's okay. So how do we pass on this subscription to these cancellables? Well, it's pretty easy. We are going to store it in this set. As you can see, the second one, it requires a set and cancellables. Okay, please note that we have this and sign right over here, that it infers that that is the one, that it's a set of any cancelable. Okay, that's great. Vignesh is saying, hi, I'm from India. I like your code manner. You already create app without storyboard. Yes, I did, and I do like that. But now in SwiftUI, is there so well? Yes, so now in SwiftUI, we want to do this all in code. Of course, you do have the preview if you want it, and you can drag and drop there also elements, but building this out in code and understanding all of SwiftUI in code, it's much, much better than anything I've seen in UIKit, even with storyboards. So yes, no more storyboards, thank you. Okay, so yeah, now we are storing this subscription inside those cancellables, and once the content view model is deallocated, all of those subscriptions will be cancelled. Really, really nice. So currently, let's just we have this print completion, and then we want to go through those completions. So switch completion, and let's see if Xcode behaves nicely and adds in those two cases. Let's fix that. As you can see, we have finished, and on the finished, we're just going to print out for now finished. And on the failure, we do have an error, so let error, and we are going to print out our errors localized description. Okay, and yeah, basically that's it. Now, how do we actually well, let's not connect this to the view just now. What we want to do is just add some values to this pass-through subject, and for that we are going to create a service. So on that service, we are going to fetch some data. It will be a mock data, and once we fetch that data, we are going to pass it to the content view model, and we are going to update our pass-through subject. We're going to send some elements to the pass-through subject. Okay, but let's just set this up so you will see what I mean. So under the services, let's create a new file. Let's call it service. And under the service, let's just create it, sorry. And under the service, let's just create a new struct, service. And right over here, let's create some mock data. So because I do want to access these functions and the mock data, I'm going to add a static. So now I just go service dot mock data, so mock data, and let's just have this array of integers from 1 till 10, so 11 elements there, and another static func, and let's just go fetch. Okay, so this is what I'm going to call on the content view model. So this will complete, so let's just have a completion at escaping. Let's see, and if you don't know what completions are, go ahead and check out my YouTube video on that. Also, we are going to have in here a result type. I do have a YouTube video on that. I'm not going to go into details about completion handlers and the result type over here, but make sure that you do check them out. So string and error. What this does, it's going to complete either with a success value of a string or a failure error. Okay, so what I want to do here is kind of mimic some fetching from the servers, and I'm just going to go through all of the mock data. So mock data for each, and here we have our values. So that's an int value, by the way. And what I'm going to go do is just go dispatch queue.main.async after, and I'm going to use the one with the deadline, because what I'm going to send over is all of these values on after 1, 2, 3, and so forth seconds. So here under the dispatch time, we want to go dot now, and we want to add a dispatch time interval. So we have to create it from our actual int value, and that will be let's just call this delay, and that is dispatch time interval. That's right, dot, and we're going to use the one with the seconds, and here we have our int value, and that is our value. So here under the deadline, we are going to just add that deadline with a plus delay. Okay, what are we going to execute? Well, currently let's just go with executing the string value. I'm going to show you the error also. So just go completion and success and our value, but because this needs to be a string, I'm just going to go like this. So value. Okay, so now that we got our fetch, let's go back to our content view model. And inside the content view model, let's create a new function that we will call, and not here when the content view is, we are going to call this when we are going to tap on that button, if you recall that on the demo project. Just a second. Hello, Vinesh. So we have a React Native Flutter in yes, so you are saying that you do have a React Native with and Flutter app, and it was really cost effective, and you now have an Android and an iOS app. And yes, I do understand that it's okay, but once you get to make this app, your app, a little bit more complicated, then you will have a lot of pain. So yeah, these native platforms usually tend to support like this native new stuff, let's say from iOS or Android, a little bit later, so a few months of time, and maybe you don't have that time available. I usually say that go native from day one, because it's much more on the long run, it's the best choice to make. So if I were you, I would just go one iOS app and one Android app, no native. That's my personal take on this. Yeah, I've been doing this for about 10 years now, and like these cross-platform widgets didn't really catch my eye, just to be honest. Okay. Is your name Rebeloper? No, my name is not Rebeloper. My name is Alex. And the Rebeloper is coming from Rebel Developer. Okay, so now you know. Let's move forward, and let's see. We want to create our start fetch function. So func start fetch. So we are going to call this upon a tap of a button, as I told you. And on this, we are going to call our service. So service dot and fetch. As you can see, we have a completion. It will give us back a result. Let's just use that in a switch statement. And I can already see that we have 18 likes. Really, really nice. Thank you for that. Thank you very much. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm. So yeah, if you haven't already liked, go ahead and do so. I would really much appreciate it if we could just move past our last day's record of 21. So this would be fantastic. So here, under the success, we are going to get back our value. And on the failure, we are going to go and create an error. And let's just print out our error for now. So print error localized description. Okay, so what are we going to do with this value? Well, of course, we could just print it out, but I'm going to go even further. As I told you, we are going to pass it along to the pass-through subject. So let's just go self pass-through subject, and then just go send, and choose the one with the input. So we are going to input a string value, and that is what it's called. It's called value. As you can see, we are going to send that value to the pass-through subject. Okay, that's nice. And yeah, let's just see on the error. We can just go and send self.send pass through subject.send, and select the one with the completion, and now just go failure and error. So this is how we kind of say that, okay, this is an error. But how do we deal with the finished value? Well, we just go, let's say I do know that this has 11 elements, so the last element is actually our 10, so yes. And let's just go, and when we are receiving our value from the fetch, so this is not combined, this is just a completion. So if value equals to 10, you recall that this is a string, and else Otherwise, we are going to do the same thing. Okay, let's just do that. And if this is 10, then let's just go self dot pass through subject and send a completion of dot finished. There we go. So yeah, one thing to make this all round, we are going to call this start fetch. So on the content view, and for that we need to create a button right over here. So a button, there we go. Let's go with the action, and for the action we are going to go view model dot start fetch. Okay, let's remove all of this junk, we don't need that. And for the button, let's just go and create a text of maybe fetch or just start, because we are going to start a countdown, a count up timer. But yeah, currently it's just going to say start. So let's build and run and see how this looks like and how it behaves. So let's take a look at our console, right? So I'm just tapping start over here, and now we just had, let's just see, let's just go through it again. So whenever I tap on start, we are starting the fetch. So let's jump right on there. We are fetching the values, okay, and we are getting back our values. The pass-through subject is going to be getting all of these values. And here, when we are, well, it looks like something's wrong here. Let me just double check on my part, on the demo project. Okay, pass-through subject cancellables. Okay, let's see what the service does. Okay, let's debug this, because I think, yeah, let's see if we are just printing out our values right over here. Yeah, as you can see, it's kind of complicated, so we are going back and forth here. So let's tap on start. And for some reason, we are not fetching everything. Yeah, hopefully by now you already know. If you are rewatching this, then you already know what I made wrong here. So the content view model, start fetch, fetching, let's see. Start fetch. For some reason it's not doing anything. Okay, let's see, content model, view model, start fetch. Print 1, 2, 3 right over there. Let's see if that is printed out. Oh, I didn't enable that. Okay, dear me, I lost a lot of time right over there. Okay, so let's just see. Let's remove all of those print statements. Actually, it was working as expected. Okay, maybe let's just go into the service. Yes, and remove all of this. Yeah, don't forget to enable the console if you do want to take a look at it. So now let's tap on start right over here, and we will be able to see that 1, 2, 3, and this will count up till 10. And I can see that the start button is a little bit, well, it's a little bit small. And there we go. We printed out finished as the last one. Really, really nice. So let's make this a little bit larger under the content view. And let's just go after the padding. Just go ahead. Oh my God, we just hit 21 likes. I had to stop here because, yeah, that's let's just break our record. Let's just one more like. If you haven't already done so, go ahead and smash that like button. We have at least 22 likes, so we may break our record from yesterday. That would be really, really awesome. Okay, so let's create our font. That's where we were, and let's create a dot system size 36. I think that it will be really nice and really large. And what else? Yeah, basically that's it. So now we are kind of counting on the, whenever I tap on start over here, we are printing that out. But actually I do want to show this on the view. So how would we do that? First of all, we might want to create a text. So let's just add in here a text, and let's just add currently, like, I don't know, time, just time. It's there, it's working, but I do want to move this from our view model. So let's go back to our content view model, and if we try to access our pass-through subject, we actually cannot do that, and it's not going to automatically update the view. And if you have taken a close look at the video from yesterday, you will see that we were using published values. So let's just use that. And by the way, we are at 23 likes. Thank you very much for that. Let's see how more likes we can get. Go ahead and smash that like button. I would be really, really grateful. Thank you for the current 24 likes and for the upcoming likes also. You know, it helps with the YouTube algorithm, so it will be shown to other developers like yourself. And if you do find this really helpful, why not just share it with others? Okay. So what I'm going to add in here is a published variable that will be called time. So let's just add it on the new line and just call it published. By the way, the published variable under the hood is a pass-through subject. So yeah, this comes from SwiftUI. Go ahead and check out the other YouTube video where I explain everything about these data flows, including published variables. Okay, and let's have the default value as, let's go for 0 seconds. Okay, so that would be 0 seconds. And now when the pass-through subject is updated, I want to go and we have a new value right over here. I want to go in and add that new value onto our time. So what I will just do here, I'm not going to print out anymore. I just go self time equals value. Okay, so we are going to update that. I think his name is Andy. Well, my name is Alex. So yeah, I haven't typed that inside the chat because I'm busy typing out the code, but yeah, my name is Alex. Alex from Rebeloper. Rebeloper is the company name or the brand name, if you would call it like that. Okay, so now let's just use this time, so the published value, and just add it on the content view. So instead of time, we are going to go view model dot time. Okay, and that should be updating it if I tap on start. So currently we have 0 seconds. Let's just start start, and 1, 2, 3, and so forth. And this will count up till 10, so till 9 and finished. And you will see that finished isn't going to appear. It's going to be printed out. So let's fix that really quickly. So whenever you want this to be finished, so under the pass-through subject sync, so the subscription, here I want to go and go self.time and self.time, and let's just go and add in here just finished. Okay, so because this is a string value, it's okay to add that finished. And let's just build and run, and till this launches, and it counts all the way up till 10, and it will print out finished, so that text will be finished. Let's just take care of this error also, so self.time equals error localized description. Okay, but how do we simulate an error? As you can see, the finished has been added to the text. That's okay. So let's just go back into the service, and let's see. Whenever we are counting up, let's just say that number 8 is an invalid value. So yeah, this is kind of a mock, mock error, but let's just say that number 8 is an invalid value, and we are going to complete with an error right over here under this completion. So if value equals and this is an int value at this point. Else we are going to go complete with a success value. Okay, that's okay. Otherwise, we want to go and complete with an error. But for that, we need to create a custom error. So let's just do that really quickly. And I will name this service error. Okay, static let. Let's just call this invalid. And that will be an NS error. And let's just use the one with the name, I don't know, number 8 is invalid, code 1, user info nil. So yeah, this is just a cool little error right over here. So now we want to complete with the failure, and the error will be our service error dot invalid. Okay, so let's just double check right over here. Yes, we are going to kind of have that text print out our errors localized description. Okay, let's see what happens. Okay, so now let's just tap on start there. 1, 2, yeah, let's just wait for this. And whenever we are at 8, okay, we had an error. And as you can see, we are not receiving new values at all. But the interesting part here is that the service still is still sending us values. It just gone, and if this was let me just go to the service. If the value was 8, then completion. Otherwise, we are going to succeed with this value. So in order to see this in action, let's just add in a new like a published value. Let's just go ahead and under the content view model, let's just go and create content view model. Under the time, let's just create a new published var, and let's just call this seconds, and again it will be a string, and the default value, let that be 0. And what I'm going to do here, default value. So what I'm going to do here is whenever we are going to get a fetch, we are going to update our value. Now, as you can see in the pass-through subject, when we are subscribing, it's either finished, failure, or a value. But here under the fetch, so we do know that, okay, we still are getting values. I want to go and right over here, after the success, when we are having this value, I want to go self.seconds equals value. Okay, so also right over here, self.seconds, I'm going to add in our errors localized description, so we can see that, okay, the seconds published value is doing its thing. Let me just remove the print statement, so we are not going to worry about that. And right here under the content view, I'm going to add in a new text, and that will be text view model, and let's just go with seconds. Okay, and let's just make our foreground color, come on, auto completion, foreground color, and color dot let's just go dot gray. And yeah, we already have 25 likes now. This is unbelievable. Wait, thank you very much, thank you very much. Let's smash that like button. Let's see how far we can go. I'm really thankful for that. So let's tap on start, and as you can see now, it's counting all the way up. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and under the 8, now we have this error. The subscription stopped, but whenever this published value, the seconds got updated. Okay, maybe this is not what you want to do, but I'm just telling you that this also can be done. So that's why I just showed you how awesome this is. Okay, that's great, but if you just build and run, you will see that it says 0 seconds, and then it just goes onto the actual numbers right over there. So I want to make this a little bit better. So let's go back into the content view model, and let's add in here some modifiers. So if we just go and add that sync into a new line, and also this dot store into a new line, and select all of this, hit Control I to be indented. Now we can see it much better. Okay, so what do I actually want to do? Well, I do want to add in there that kind of seconds, and for that I'm going to use the map modifier, so dot map, and inside here we are going to grab our value, and at this point, this is I believe well, at this point it is, let's see, pass through subject, it is a string. Okay, so value in, sorry, so we have our string, but we want to return something new, and we are going to return value and return, sorry about that N letter right over there, plus, and let's just add seconds. Okay, so yeah, till that builds, let's see. Oh, we have a new dislike. Well, if you don't like this, of course the other button is working as well, and yeah, if you don't like it, give it a dislike, no worries, I can take it. Okay, so now let's just tap on start, and now you will see that, okay, we mapped that value, and now we are having 4 seconds, 5 seconds, and so on. So what else can we do? Well, it turns out that we can also, well, we can do it quite a lot, but I will just touch on a few of these modifiers. Well, we can also filter them. So let's just add our filter. So filter, and let's just have our value right over here. So I don't want, I do want to subscribe to all of the elements besides number 5. So we are going to go value is not equals, and in this case it is a string value, so that's how I'm just adding 5 in there. So now you should see that it will stop at 4 seconds, and it will delay for 2 seconds, and then it will start off with 6. So let's just tap on start. 1, 2, 3, 4, and nothing happens. 6, 7, and so forth. Okay, that's really great. And one thing that I do want to add in here that you might want to know is the drop first. So drop first. Now you could just go drop first, and that will drop the first element, and let's just see how that looks like. And then we are going to drop the first 2. So let's just start here, and you can see the lower one just was 1, and then it was the seconds, this part was still 0. Let me just do that again so you can see it. So this gray one will be 1, and this black one will still be 0. So here we go, 1 and then 2. Really great. So we dropped our first, but we can drop the first 2. So let's do that. So now it will be more obvious what we are doing right over here. Let's tap on start. There we go. And now under 3 seconds. Really nice. Okay, so yeah, that is really great, but this is coming through with only string values. So I want to take this a little bit further, and I want to show you how you can actually use this with your own models. So for that, let's just create a simple model. Let's just go to the models, new file, and Swift file. Let's click on next here, and let's just call this time model. Okay, let's create that, and this will be a struct. This will be a really simple struct, time model. Let's just have let seconds, and that will be of type int. Okay, so that's our cool little time model. So let's go onto the service, and right over here, let's just try to create a fetch, because currently we are having this fetch returning a string. So let me just copy this out, and let's modify this. So fetch model. Okay, this should return a time model. Okay, So mock data for each value, and as you can see now, it's not completing. Okay, I'm not going to worry about the error right now, so let's just use only this one. Okay, and right over here under the success, we want to create a time model, and we want to add in here seconds. Auto completion is failing B, but there we go. We just add in there our value. Let's hit Command B so we know that everything worked. That's great. So now we want to go into our content view model right over here, and let's just, first of all, let's create a pass-through subject. So let's just copy this out, paste it in there, and pass through model, and right over here we are going to use a time model. Really great. And also we are going to create a fetch. So when we are starting the fetch, we should just also not go service.fetch, but service.fetch model result right over here, result. Let's just wait for the switch statement to be created by Xcode. And what I'm going to do actually here is just create a time model published variable. So let's just go ahead, well, maybe right over here at published. Yay, we already have 27 likes. Well, thank you very much. Let's see if we can hit 30. I would be really grateful if we could hit 30, because that will really boost the YouTube algorithm. So published var and time model, and that will be a time model with a second of 0. So that's just it. Hey Nayan from India, welcome. And currently we are doing our models with our Combine framework. So yeah, now with that we do have our published model, let's just go right over here, and whenever we do get back a time model, so right over here on the success value, time model, we want to go self time model equals time model. So we are updating the published variable. So right over here under the error, currently I'm just going to print out the errors, localized description. You might want to do something else, but yeah, that's just it. So now we do want to go and create also pass through subject subscription. So pass through model subject dot, and I'm just going to go with the sync, and let's just go on with the completion. On the completion, I'm just going to print out the completion. I don't really care for now. So completion, you already seen this, and now you can see the received value will be a time model. So time model, and yes, so first of all, let's store it. In set and cancellables. Oh, not there, but right over here. Let's just print out our time model. Okay, so that should go away. Really nice. Now, as you can see here, I'm updating the time model, but yeah, actually what we want to do, if we do want to, let's say, drop the first two or whatever, we would rather just update the pass-through model subject. So let's just do that. So self pass-through model subject, and it's not equals time model. We want to send it. So send and time model. Okay. Now, of course, we are not using any of those like mapping or filtering, but still it's okay. So at this point, we want to go self.time model equals time model. Okay, so now we are adding this to the published variable. So how do we actually add that to the content view? Of course, we do want to add this to the content view. We are going to create a new text, and let's just go text, and let's see, to make this a little bit different so we can see, let's just create a second right over there, and let's just add our view model dot time model dot seconds. As you can see, we have access to the seconds, and let's make this foreground color color dot orange. Okay, and let's see how this actually looks. And now you can see that we have our actual own model inside our view model handling with Combine. Really, really nice. And by the way, we just hit 30 likes. Thank you very much. It is beyond my dreams. Okay, so there we go. It's updating, and of course we are printing the time model out on the value. That's great. And yeah, this is how it should work. And basically we came to the end of our tutorial right over here, the basics and hands-on Combine tutorial with SwiftUI. So I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed just yet, what are you doing? Go ahead and subscribe and hit that notification bell to get notified of new videos as they do come out. And if you do like my teaching style, go ahead and check out rebeloper.com/mentoring. So here I'm available for a 16-minute one-on-one Zoom call with you, and whatever topic you might want to. If you do want to have a bug fix, then I will do that. If you do want to talk about SwiftUI, I can also do that. I can teach you SwiftUI, also Combine. Yeah, a lot of students do learn the basics of SwiftUI on Dev Factory. So go ahead and book your time. And as usual, I will see you in the next one.